With distinction in Year 3, Dental President, distinction in Year 1, merits in Years 3, 4 and 5, Dr. Milton Justin Suthakaran. Dr. Samantha Lee. In Years 1 and 3, merits in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Wan Yi Liang. With distinctions in Years 1 and 3, merits in Years 4 and Madam. With distinctions in Years 1 and 3, merits in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Shannon Mahal. With the Carol Innocent Prize and distinctions in Years 1, 3 and 4, merit in Year 5, Dr. Nora Maddy. With Griffin House Community Trust Colours, Part 2 Best in Clinical Practice, BDS with Honours, distinctions in Years 1, 3, 4 and 5, and the winner of the prestigious University of London Gold Medal Viva for 2023, Dr. Suraj Mahesh Shah. With Pakistan Society Blues, distinction in Year 3, merits in Years 1, 4 and 5, Dr. Reneza Malik. With Bart's Community Smiles Colours and distinctions in Years 1, 3 and 5, merit in Year 4, Dr. Miranda Marcu. With Bart's Community Smiles Colours, distinctions in Years 3 and 5, merits in Years 1 and 4, Dr. Lois Marshall. Prize, the Harold Fink Prize, and merits in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Asad Masood. In Years 1 and 3, Colours, merits in Years 1, 3 and 4, Dr. Abdul Rahman Mohammed. With Association Colours, Dental Society Blues, distinctions in Years 1 and 3, merits in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Gurleen Kaur Mukher. With Argu Dent, Cricket Club and Indian Society Blues, Dr. Jayesh Nagpal. With distinction in Year 3, merits in Years 1, 4 and 5, Dr. Gaeun Oh. With Refugee Crisis Foundation Society Blues, Bart's Community Smile Colours, distinctions in Years 1, 3 and 5, merits in Year 4, Dr. Esma Omrani. With Bart's Community Smiles Blues, Teddy Bear Hospital Colours, distinction in Year 1, merits in Years 2, 4 and 5, Dr. Favour Owen Dewey. With distinction in Year 1, merits in Years 3 and 5, Dr. Elalini Panchamurthy. With the College Prize BDS Part 5, the Judith Jones Prize, the Part 5 Prize for Best Overall Student, the Part 3 Best Overall Student, Human Health and Disease Prize, BDS with Honours, distinctions in years 1, 3, 4 and 5, and the winner of the Proxime Assessed to the University of London Gold Medal for Dentistry, Dr. Yogesh Patel. With Part 4 Best in Section A, BDS with Honours, distinctions in years 1, 3, 4 and 5, Dr. Aisha Patel. With Part 2 Best in Module C, distinction in years 1, 3 and 5, merit in year 4, Dr. Visha Patel. 1, 2, 3 and 5, Dr. Nuha Rabi. With the Education Award, Barts Community Smiles Blues, Dental Society Colours, distinction in year 1, merits in years 2, 4 and 5, Dr. Halima Rabi. Dr. Aditya Ramdian. With merits in years 1 and 3, Dr. Zulkarnain Ali Rashid. Dr. Zulkarnain Ali Rashid. With Refugee Crisis Foundation Society colours, distinctions in years 1 and 3, merits in years 4 and 5, Dr. Nehal Rathor. In years 1 and 3, merits in years 4 and 5, Dr. Aniraj Sapra. With distinction in year 3, merits in years 1, 4 and 5, Dr. Rian Shah. With Islamic Society Blues, merits in years 1, 3 and 4, Dr. Nabila Solkar. With the Francis Fish Prize and distinctions in years 1, 3 and 5, merit in year 4, Dr. Pardeep Singh Sondhi. With Barts Community Smiles Colours and distinctions in years 3 and 5, merits in years 1 and 4, Dr. Sarida Techapozai. With distinction in year 3, merits in years 1, 4 and 5, Dr. Karviya Thilenathan. With distinctions in years 1 and 3, merits in years 4 and 5, Dr. Wei C. Mavis Ting. With distinction in year 1, merits in years 3, 4 and 5, Dr. Akash Uppal. With distinctions in years 1 and 3, merits in years 4 and 5, Dr. Samuel Wakeland. With Language and Culture Society Blues, distinction in year 1, merits in years 3, 4 and 5, Dr. Xiaojian Yan.
Thank you, Professor Coulthard and Dr. Ryan, and well done to all our fantastic dentists for your outstanding achievements. We would now like to invite the Dental Student President, Rwand Ahmed Shado, to speak.
Ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow colleagues, it's an absolute pleasure to be standing here today and experiencing the celebration of your journey through dental school. It's an absolute honor to be with you here and celebrate with you, with your family, your achievement today. Now, my fellow colleague, you probably have figured that I don't have the wisdom of the ages to share with you or give you any advice, because at the end of the day, I'm like your little brother. But as your little brother, I want us, at least for the final time, share the memories that you've built in our dental school. I want us to bring us back all the way to the application stage. You know, you had to build your portfolio and compete against 1,000 or even 2,000 applicants to get an offer here. And finally, when you got the offer, obviously you rejected King's and came to Bart's. That's when your journey started as BDS1. With BDS1, you've made new friends, new girlfriends, new boyfriends, and you've celebrated the party life if you lived out, or you visited your friends commuting large distances to clinics. You've survived countless of ICA exams, you've survived your first OSCEs, and you've mastered the art of hand washing in Fun Dent. But most importantly, you've navigated life through the drama of breakups, makeups, going through the societies, sports, and the friendships you've built. And don't forget your anthem, the first Dental Driller song. What a masterpiece. Then came BDS2 with its own set of challenges. Clinical skills were put to test, and CPR training made us feel like superheroes. And let's not even mention the wonders of perfecting the Class 1 cavity. And we thought dentistry isn't that hard then. BDS3 brought you the Midway Ball. But unfortunately, even though it was much needed for your break from studies, it was paused by an unexpected and a very unwelcome guest, COVID. But that didn't dampen your spirit. You still persevered, especially when assisting on clinics, wearing PPEs that made astronauts jealous. So indeed, BDS3 was quite a roller coaster for you with the arrival of COVID. BDS4 was all about embracing your new responsibilities. You know, assisting was second nature to you, and you delved into the depths of oral medicine and oral pathology. You become like the Sherlock Holmes in the dental world, solving mysteries one soft tissue at a time. And then you were BDS5, and emphasis on the past tense. You were BDS5. BDS5 was the race to catch up on requirements, squeezing in study time between hospitals, Barkentine clinics, and even Saturday labs. And I won't forget that, you know, in my eyes, you were all like Olympiads. You had a lot to do, and the competition was high. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have interacted with you, especially those whom I had the privilege to assist in clinics. Thank you for your guidance and generosity in sharing your knowledge. You know, your willingness to teach me and guide me had an impact on my own dental journey. I witnessed firsthand the spirit of collaboration in our profession. We are a community bound by our shared passion for dentistry, and it is the support and mentorship of people like you that makes the journey worthwhile. So thank you for being the amazing people you are. It feels like time just slipped away, doesn't it? You were first BDS1, then BDS2, then BDS3, and so on. And now you stand here as graduates. You know, you must be feeling a cocktail of emotions, wishing for that pause button at the time, and wishing to fast forward, especially through the tough moments. Yes, my fellow colleagues, you are now officially part of the noble profession. The journey has been long, filled with ups and downs, moments of panics and last-minute heroics. But that's dentistry, isn't it? Emergencies are always on the horizon, and we always manage to pull it off at the end. But in this case, I don't believe it's the end. There's still a lot more to come. There will be new firsts beyond this point. And yes, you're graduating today, but who knows? Barts might see you again, in which case my whole speech would be pointless. But please, do keep your options open. So today we celebrate not just your achievements, but also the support of your families. Sure, some of them are still disappointed that we didn't pursue medicine, but don't you worry, one day they will have a toothache and will be in your dental chair. And in that moment, they will finally understand the true value of our chosen path. So my fellow colleagues, let's celebrate this achievement with laughter, pride, and a bit of humor. As you embark on this exciting journey, remember the memories you've created, the challenges you've overcome, and the friendships you've forged. And I'll finish with a quote. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. And what a sweet fruit you're all harvesting today. Graduates of 2023, congratulations, and I hope our paths cross again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rowan, for your speech. Now I would like to welcome Professor Arundhati Mahendran, the Director of the School of Medicine, to say a few words to our medical graduates.
Good evening, and a very warm welcome to our new doctors, your families, and to my FMD colleagues. The past few years have brought much change and upheaval to all our lives. Therefore, an institution like Rites of Passage, a unique Barts in the London student celebration, is like a familiar and much-loved friend. This tradition grounds us all in something very special. It reminds us of why we're here today. It brings us together as a community with a strong and higher purpose, so that no matter what happens outside of these walls, you belong to something much bigger and meaningful. Talking to many of you these past months, I know that your excitement and your energy is tempered by the challenges facing the NHS and the healthcare workforce. I know you've been involved in supporting the junior doctor strikes, and naturally you may be wondering what this latest turn of events means for you as new doctors entering a historic profession that still remains the most trusted professional group, both nationally and internationally. So what have you let yourselves in for? At Rites of Passage, we honor the astonishing and outstanding superpowers you now possess. You have acquired extraordinary skills and knowledge to transform people's lives in ways that are unbelievable. You provide solutions to illness, compassion for distress and pain, care for those when they need it most. We hear and see the individual person beyond the lens of their illness, their gender, their sexuality or ethnicity, and we give them all the benefit of our skills, set their mind at rest about the problem that they've come to see us about. Don't forget for one moment that you now have immense power. Whatever the winds of change usher in over the next months and years, know that the powerful expertise you now possess can never be diminished. It can only grow and flourish as you write your own chapter in the history of this medical school. So how will you sustain yourself on this journey? Barts in the London is more than a place of study. It is a vibrant and dynamic landscape where each of you has found your niche your people, your sense of purpose, your identity, and your community. It is where you call home. So let this powerful sense of belonging and community illuminate those challenging moments over the next months and years when you experience and grapple the reality of clinical practice. Moments of doubt. Do I belong here? Uncertainty. Am I good enough? And fatigue. I can't quite take the next step. But if you can pause and remember just how you feel today, the air abundant with possibility and jubilation, the splendid sight of all your peers coming together once again in solidarity, joy, and triumph, you will know that you are exactly where you're meant to be, that you are honoring the commitment you made to transform the lives of people who need your help most in this world. So I ask you to take this exceptional education and training and use it, of course, to achieve your own ambitions and dreams, but more than that, in your service as citizens who believe that every human life is precious and entitled to excellent health care, because this is the cornerstone of our society's belief in freedom, equality, and democracy. Class of 2023, many congratulations.
Welcome Dr. Will Spiring, Head of Final Year, to award the scrolls to our medical graduates, and Professor Anthony Warrens to present the Medic Awards and colours.
The medical roll call for the graduates receiving the Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery degree in 2023 from Barts in the London School of Medicine and Dentistry at Queen Mary, University of London. With the Brackenbury and Waring Scholarship and Surgery Prize and Merit in Year 4, Dr. Shakruk Amir. Will the College Prize in MBBS Part 5 and Distinction in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Ahmad Abdul Rahman. Dr. Adam Abdul Kadir. Dr. Julius Abendorf von Hoch-Etsch. With distinction in Years 2, merits in Years 3 and 5, Dr. Yusuf Abu El-Ella. With the Harvey Manassian Prize, distinction in Years 1, 3, 4, and 5, and merit in Year 2, Dr. Natalia Abramovich. With merit in Year 1, Dr. Siraj Yasir Abdul Najjar. With Medical Education Support Society Malta Blues, Dr. Joyce Adeola Adebimpe. With Gospel Choir Blues, Christian Union Colours, distinction in Year 5 and merit in Year 4, Dr. Esther Adiemi. With Sexual and Reproductive Health Society Colours, Dr. Rupali Adhikari. Dr. Uzair Ahmed. With merit in preclinical sciences and merit in Year 3, Dr. Ayla Ahmed.
With Islamic Society Blues, Merit in Preclinical Sciences, Dr. Usama Abushi Ade. With distinction in Year 5 and Merit in Preclinical Sciences, Dr. Ibrahim Al-Enezi. Dr. Mohammed Al-Hassan. Dr. Kauthar Al-Kabi. With Class Society and Language and Culture Society colours, distinction in Year 4 and Merit in Years 1 and 3, Dr. Fatima Al-Shihabi. With distinction in Year 3 and Merit in Year 1, Dr. Rayman Al-Abdul Ali. With Education Awards, the African and Caribbean Society and Men's Football Club colours, Dr. Ifioluwatikan Alabi. With distinction in Year 2 and merits in Years 1 and 3, Dr. Mohammed Al-Ansari. With distinction in Year 3 and merit in Year 1, Dr. Omar Al-Faraj. With distinction in Years 2 and 4 and merits in Years 1 and 3, Dr. Razan Ali Al-Ghazlan. With Friends of MSF Society and Women's Hockey Club Blues, Buxton Prize, the Notts Prize, the College Prize in Intercalated Degree, Neuroscience, the Betuel Prize, the College Prize at MBBS Part 4, the Harvey Manassian Prize, distinction in preclinical sciences and distinction in Years 3, 4 and 5, Dr. Ines Almeida y Sousa. With merit in Year 2, Dr. Iya Hani Al-Khalaf. With merit in preclinical sciences and merit in Year 3, Dr. Laura Al-Ruwaye. With the Best Project Prize in Sports and Exercise Medicine, Dr. Jeshua Rajhonere Amalesh. With merit in Year 5, Dr. Nadia Ong. Dr. Victor Ani. With Tamil Society Blues, Dr. Dorina Arukyanathan. Dr. Anushri Arun Kumar. With Drama Society and Tennis Club Society colours, distinction in preclinical sciences, distinctions in Years 4 and 5 and merit in Year 3, Dr. Aliye Nazli Al-Shardag. With Griffin's House Community Trust Blues, distinction in Years 1 and 4 and merit in Year 5, Dr. Jed Ashman. With the Knott Prize, the John Liddell Prescribing Skills Prize, distinction in years 2, 3 and 4 and merit in years 1 and 5, Dr. Georgia Ashworth. Dr. Sofa Athanasakoupoulou. Dr. Mahum Aziz. Dr. Sami Bahmed. Dr. Emma Bacon. With Muay Thai Club and Neuroscience Society Blues and merit in year 4, Dr. Elias Badin. Dr. Anisa Baig. Dr. Gayatri Balasubramanian. Dr. Joshua Ball. With distinction in years 4 and 5 and merit in year 3, Dr. Alice Barrett. With merit in year 4, Dr. Al-Hassan Sanjaran Bari. With merit in preclinical sciences, Dr. Numan Beit-Demir. Dr. Nazmina Begum. With Pre-Hospital Care Programme Contribution Award and Project Place Colours, Dr. Alexander Beneker. With merit in year 4, Dr. Daniel Robert Betts. With Catholic Society and Oncology Society Blues, Griffin House Community Trust and Women in Healthcare Society Colours, and merit in year 1, Dr. Carola Maria Bigogno. With Association Colours, LGBTQ+ Society Blues, Drama Society and Sexual and Reproductive Health Society Colours, distinction in year 4 and merit in year 5, Dr. Zoe Binti. Dr. Hannah Sabrina Binti Mohammed Azhari. With Pediatric Society Blues and merits in years 2 and 3, Dr. Sarah Binti Mohammed Rizal. With Association Colours, Drama Society and Sexual and Reproductive Health Society Colours, distinction in year 3 and merits in years 2, 4 and 5, Dr. Emily Brandon. Dr. Zachary Michael Bridgden. Dr. Cameron Bruce. With College Prize MBBS Part 4, distinctions in years 4 and 5 and merit in year 3, Dr. Christopher Bunting. With Kuwait Society Blues, Dr. Jassim M. Burama. With the Harvey Manassian Prize and distinction in years 4 and 5 and merit in year 3, Dr. Katrin Byrne. With Men's Football Club colours, distinction in years 3 and merits in years 4 and 5, Dr. Mikhail William Karim. With the Project Play Blues, Patrick Pawsey Prize, the College Prize MBBS Part 5, distinction in preclinical sciences, distinction in years 4 and 5 and merit in year 3, Dr. Olivia Carrington. With merit in year 3, Dr. Jessica Chalmers. With Art and Photography Society and Language and Culture Society colours, Dr. Jeremy Jia Hao Chan. Dr. Arsalan Chowdhury. With merit in year 2, Dr. Ishuan Chang. With distinction in year 3 and merit in preclinical sciences, Dr. Sung Ha Cho. With merits in years 1 and 3, Dr. Ming Hong Akun Chong. With Cypriot and Hellenic Society Blues, Dr. Nefeli Christodoulou. With Christian Union colours, distinction in preclinical sciences and distinction in year 3, Dr. Walter Chuang. With Alpine Club colours, Dr. Alexander Colebrook. With merits in years 1 and 3, Dr. Harriet Coleman. With an Education Award, Gozo Society Blues, Friends of MSF Society colours, Dr. Christine Connings. With merit in year 5, Dr. Alice Conway. With distinction in year 3 and merit in year 1, Dr. Zoe Cornish. With Netball Club Blues, Dr. Costanza Coronelli. With distinction in preclinical sciences and merits in years 3, 4 and 5, Dr. Christos Costa. With merit in preclinical sciences, Dr. Maria Crespo. With merits in years 1, 3 and 5, Dr. Felicia de Souza. With Netball Club and Student for Global Health Medicine Blues and Drama Society colours, Dr. Lisa Dale Piagge. With Gospel Choir Blues, African and Caribbean Society and Christian Union and Rugby Club colours, Dr. Caleb Daramola. With distinction in year 1 and merit in year 2 and 4, Dr. Ashtad Cyrus Daruwala. With Class Society Blues and GP Society colours, Dr. Sudipta Shami Das. With Surgical Society colours, a distinction in preclinical sciences and distinction in Year 3, Dr. Julia Anna Dachevich. With the Harvey Manassian Prize, distinction in Years 3, 4 and 5 and merit in preclinical sciences, Dr. Bethan Davis. Dr. Sveva De Luca. With Obstetrics and Gynecology Society Blues, Dr. Jessica Desai. With merit in Year 1 and 5, Dr. Shimal Divapura. With Debating and Ethics Society Blues, distinction in Year 2 and merit in Years 1 and 5, Dr. Nawang Thathen. With Anesthetics and Intensive Care Society, GP Society, Peer-Assisted Learning Society, and Student-Assisted Medical and Dental Applicants Colours, Dr. Bhavit Dokhea. With distinction in Years 3 and 5 and merit in Year 4, Dr. Oliver Dixon. With merit in preclinical sciences, Dr. Rosalia Dobrogowska. With GP Society, Infection and Immunology Society, and Tamil Society Blues, Peer-Assisted Learning Society and Students for Global Health, Medicine Colours, distinction in Years 3, 4 and 5 and merit in Year 2, Dr. Catherine Dominic. With Association Colours, Sports Award, Boat Club Blues, merit in preclinical sciences and merits in Years 3 and 5, Dr. Olivia Dupere. With merits in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Cassidy Edwards. With merit in Year 2, Dr. Aisha Ilahi. With Class Society Blues, Anthony J. Williams Memorial Prize, the Buxton Prize, the College Prize MBBS Part 2, the Strauss Prize in Psychological Medicine, the Kumar and Clark Prize, distinction in preclinical sciences, distinction in Year 3 and merit in Year 5, Dr. Sarah El Rifai. With Islamic Society Colours, Dr. Elias El Azizi. Dr. Oliver El Johari.
Congratulations, very well done.
With merit in Year 4, Dr. Archana Elankovan. With Association Colours, distinction in Year 1 and merits in Years 2 and 5, Dr. Frances A. Leachy. With Pre-Hospital Care Programme Contribution Awards and the Water Polo Club Colours, Glanville Harris Prize, distinction in preclinical sciences, distinctions in Years 4 and 5 and merit in Year 3, Dr. Omar El Halwagi.
Very well done.
Dr. Verity Evans. With merit in Year 5, Dr. Rosanna Evans. Dr. Fahed Fanek.
Congratulations. Very well done.
With Pakistan Society colours, Dr. Heya Furidi.
Well done. Congratulations.
With Squash Club colours, distinction in preclinical sciences and merit in Year 5, Dr. Oscar Mark Fellows. With merit in Year 3, Dr. Marta Fernandez Silva Ramos. With merit in preclinical sciences, Dr. Louisa Fox. Dr. Anya Fryer.
Congratulations. Very well done. Very good.
With Aviation Medicine Society Blues, the Ian Howitt and George Burroughs Prize in Pathology, and merit in Years 2 and 5, Dr. Sarah Geyer. With merit in Year 5, Dr. Zupipi Gamage. With merit in Year 3, Dr. Jason Gan Wing Li Yang.
Very well done.
Dr. Sherwin Ganagoda.
Very good. Well done. Congratulations.
With Boat Club Blues and merit in Year 5, Dr. Alice Gant. For and merits in Years 3 and 5, Dr. Lucy Gardner. Dr. Ehsan Gower. Dr. Salman Zain Ghani. Dr. Katie Gibbs.
Well done. Congratulations.
Dr. Michael Gibson.
Congratulations.
With Cycling Club colours, the Ian Howitt and George Burroughs Prize in Pathology and Merit in Year 4, Dr. Robert Good. Dr. Sreya Gupta O'Shea.
Congratulations. Very well done.
With distinction in Year 5 and merit in Year 4, Dr. Teresa Graffin-Pacheta. With association colours, the RAG Award, the Volleyball Club colours, distinction in preclinical sciences, distinction in Years 3, 4 and 5, Dr. Haralambros Haji Haralambros.
Very
With BLSA Vice President Bart's Association Honours, RAG Award, Drama Society and Tennis Club Blues, LGBTQ Society Colours, Dr. Andreas Hadji Dimitriou. With Medical Education Support Society Blues, distinction in Years 2, 3 and 5, and merit in Year 1 and 4, Dr. Alexander Heiser. With merit in Year 2, Dr. Andrea Hadji Sotiris. Dr. Rod Hamblin. With distinction in Years 2 and 4 and merits in Years 1, 3 and 5, Dr. Victoria Hammond. Dr. Hassan Hanif.
Well done again. Congratulations.
With merit in Year 4, Dr. Jake Hankinson. With distinction in Year 1 and merit in Year 2, Dr. Mariam Hanouk. With Gastroenterology Society colours, Dr. Afrida Haq. With Association colours and Street Doctor Blues, Dr. Ashreya Hirjish. With Association colours, Running Club Blues, Women's Hockey Club colours, Dr. Bethan Harris. With Islamic Society colours and merit in Year 1, Dr. Hina Anim Hassan. With Class Society Blues, Dance Society, GP Society, and Peer Assisted Learning Society colours, Dr. Amrita Heer. With LGBT Society colours and distinction in Years 3 and 5 and merit in Year 1, Dr. Anna Helpy. With Griffin's House Community Trust Blues, distinction in Year 2 and merit in Year 4, Dr. Jamie Henderson. With distinction in Year 3 and merit in Year 4, Dr. Andrew Hanane. Dr. Dylan Hirani.
Very well done. Congratulations.
With Rugby Club colours and merit in Years 1 and 3, Dr. Zelig Ho.
Congratulations. Very well done.
With Sexual and Reproductive Health Society Blues and merit in Year 1, Dr. Claire Holdreth. With Men's Hockey Club Blues and merits in Years 3 and 5, Dr. Luke Holt. With merits in Years 3 and 5, Dr. Ryan Howells. With distinction in preclinical sciences, distinction in Year 3 and merits in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Yvonne Ching Tung Cho. With distinction in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Declan Hughes. Dr. Ignatius Ip.
Well done. Congratulations. Very good.
Dr. Sarah Iqbal.
Congratulations.
With Drama Society Blues and Charrington Poster Prize, Dr. Muriel Jaeger.
Congratulations. Very well done.
With distinction in Year 3 and merit in Year 5, Dr. Lojane Jamal. With a Physiological Society Best Project Prize, the BSc in Neuroscience, Krzysztof Uchalik.
Very well done.
With merits in Years 2 and 4, Dr. Benjamin Johnston.
For you.
With distinction in Year 3 and merit in Year 4, Dr. Sonia Johnson. With distinction in Years 4 and 5 and merits in Years 1 and 3, Dr. Helena Joss. With Gastroenterology Society colours, Dr. Ashweta Kaur Jolson. With Griffin House Community Trust and Women's Hockey Club colours, Community Health Prize, Distinction in Preclinical Sciences, Distinction in Years 3 and 5 and Merit in Year 4, Dr. Samrudhi Joshi. With Islamic Society colours and Merit in Year 2, Dr. Tamid Kabir. Dr. Dean Kamyab.
Well done. Congratulations.
Dr. Rahulan Kanagesurian. Dr. Miriam Mumbua Kanya.
Congratulations. Very well done.
Dr. Ahmed Ali Kayale.
Very well done. Congratulations.
With merit in Year 3, Dr. Minahil Khan. Dr. Arvin Raza Khan.
Congratulations. Very, very well done. That's for you.
With Boat Club colours, the Knott Prize, Distinction in Year 3 and Merit in Year 2, Dr. Jordan Kilby. Dr. Sun Ho Kim. With Merit in Year 3, Dr. Claire King. With Running Club Blues, Distinction in Year 5 and Merit in Year 4, Dr. Gar Kitada. With Rugby Club colours, Dr. Asher Jacob Knight. With Academic Research Society and Plastic Surgery Society colours, Dr. Marta Magdalena Comosa.
Very well done.
With the Education Award, Drama Society, Pediatric Society and Students for Global Health, Medicine colours, Dr. Elisha Ria Kunjul. With merits in Years 2 and 5, Dr. Barathi Kuthian. With Debating and Ethics Society, Medical Education Support Society, Men's Hockey Club and Neuroscience Society Blues, the Riddick Frears Prize in Neurology, the Christopher Hawkes Prize in Neuroscience, the Harvey Manassian Prize, and Merit in Year 3 and 4, Dr. Ashvin Kuri. Dr. Meifu Jo.
Very well done. Congratulations.
With Sports Award and the Women's Hockey Club Blues, Dr. Kiriana Lagden. With distinction in years 3 and 4, and merit in Year 5, Dr. Lydia Lake. With Lacrosse Club colours, Dr. Jason Lau.
Well done, Lydia. Congratulations. Nice to see you.
Dr. Rossi Lawrence.
Very well done. Very well done.
With the Charrington Poster Prize, distinction in Year 3 and merits in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Miranda Inkty Layton. With Trauma, Science and Care of the Injured Patient Programme Contribution Award colours, the Roy Alexander Briggs Prize in General Practice and the Harvey Manassian Prize, Dr. Inova Shunhwa Lee. Dr. Hava Chi Rui Lee. With merit in Year 2, Dr. Hosuk Lee. With Association Colours Malta and Surgical Society Blues, Dr. Perli Liao Z. May. With merit in Preclinical Sciences and merit in Year 5, Dr. Pak Wing Learning.
Congratulations.
With distinction in Year 2 and merit in Year 1, Dr. Yanmin Lee. Dr. Rukeya Lockhart. With Volunteering Award, the Pre-Hospital Care Programme Contribution Award colours, Dr. Mayuri Lehasen. Dr. Elizabeth Loudon. With Volleyball Club Blues, distinction in Year 3, merits in Preclinical Sciences and merits in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Lorena Luccioli. Dr. Adrian Louis. With Education Award, Dermatology Society, LGBTQ Society and Sustained BL Blues. Drama Society Colours, Global Health Prize, the RCGP North East London Faculty General Practice Prize, Dr. Pran Mahendran. With distinction in Preclinical Sciences, distinction in Years 3 and 4 and merit in Years 5, Dr. Karishma Matani. With distinction in Year 3, Dr. Maria Marcris. With Association Colours, Orthopaedic and Rheumatology Society Blues, Surgical Society Colours, the Ernest Withers Prize in Ophthalmology, and merits in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Artemis Mansavenu. With distinction in Years 3 and 4 and merit in Year 5, Dr. Henry Malls. Dr. Iona Mavrandoni. With merits in Years 4 and 5, Sophocles Mavrandonis. With Education for Choice and Netball Club Colours, Dr. Hannah Mays. Dr. Aidan McGowan. With Boat Club Blues and distinction in Year 1, Dr. Olivia McIver. With Boat Club Colours and merit in Preclinical Sciences and merit in Year 4, Dr. Kieran McClaverty. With merit in year 2, Dr. Neyman Meharban. Dr. Alexandra Meletopoulou. With Lacrosse Cup Blues, Infection and Immunology Society colours and merit in year 4, Dr. Aina Merkant Osuna. With the Jefferson and Herbert Patterson Prize, distinction in years 1, 3 and 5 and merit in year 4, Dr. Farhan Mia. Dr. Munira Mia.
Well done. Congratulations. Very well done.
Dr. Hebe Mitson.
Congratulations. Very well done.
With Griffin House Community Trust colours and merit in year 4, Dr. Hannah Mohammed.
Congratulations.
For Dr. Sung Hee Moon.
Well done. Congratulations.
With the Education Awards, Dr. Amelie Moreau.
Not good without the button.
With Islamic Society colours, distinction in... With distinction in years 5 and merits in years 3 and 4, Dr. Gabriela Mukahanana. With distinction in year 3, Dr. Emer Kate Mulholland. With Boat Club Blues, distinction in year 4 and merit in year 1, Dr. Samuel Murphy. Dr. Andreas Milonas. With merits in years 2 and 5, Dr. Mustafa Naim.
Very well done. Congratulations. Well done.
With the Association Award, the BLSA Vice President London, the BLSA Welfare Officer, the Association Honours and the RAG Award, the Circadian Drama Society and Tennis Club Blues, and the Joy and David Long Prize in Medicine, Dr. Haris Nageswaran. With distinction in year 2 and merits in years 1, 3 and 4, Dr. Hamza Nawaz. Dr. Chimney Tiffany.
Yes. Congratulations. Well done.
Ong Ong. Has intercalated degrees in experimental pathology and merit in... Dr. Lindsay Nichols.
Congratulations. Very well done. Well done.
With Trauma Sciences and Care of the Injured Patient Programme Contribution Award colours and distinction in years 1, 4 and 5 and merits in years 2 and 3, Dr. Victoria Nicholson. With merit in year 4, Dr. Kiran Nisar.
Very well done. Congratulations.
With Griffin House Community Trust colours, distinction in year 5, merit in preclinical sciences and merit in year 4, Dr. Sam O'Brien. With merit in year 3, Dr. Niseth Dayam Olario. and merits in years 1 and 4, Dr. Oluwawumi Oluokun.
Well done.
Dr. Gabriel Opoku Mensah. 5, Dr. Daniel Oppenheimer. With Griffin House Community Trust Blues, Jackson Burroughs and Morton Prize in Orthopedics, and merit in year 3, Dr. Oluwatobiloba Oyebanji. Dr. Kieran Padiyar. With Anesthetics and Intensive Care Society and Peer Assisted Learning Society Blues, Dermatology Society, GP Society, and Student Assisted Medical and Dental Applicants Colours, and merit in year 5, Dr. Shreya Pandya. With Trauma Sciences and Care of the Injured Patient Programme Contribution Awards, and distinction in years 1 and 3 and merits in years 2 and 4, Dr. Mansi Panshikar. Dr. Maria Pantalidou.
Well done. Congratulations.
With Education Award and Merit in Preclinical Sciences, Dr. Christos Papaiouani. With a Sexual and Reproductive Health Society Blues, the Harvey Manassian Prize, Distinction in Preclinical Sciences, and Merit in Year 5, Dr. Kyriaki Barbara Papalois. With distinction in Year 3 and merit in Year 1, Dr. Brihat Tejas Patel. With Islamic Society Colours, Dr. Farhin Ahmed Patel. Prize in General Practice, the Strauss Prize in Psychology. With merit in Year 4, Dr. Ankur Nilesh Patel. With distinction in preclinical sciences, distinction in Years 3 and 5 and merit in Year 4, Dr. Shayanthan Pathmanathan. Dr. Charles Pearson.
Well done. Congratulations.
Dr. Hussein Peath.
Charles, well done. Congratulations.
With Association Colours, Project Play Blues, Drama Society and Education for Choice Colours, and merit in Year 5, Dr. Ava Phillips.
Exactly.
With Surgical Society Blues, Griffin House Community Trust Colours, and merit in Year 2, Dr. Ranisha Pillay. Dr. Samuel Pleener.
Congratulations.
With the Sports Awards, Cardiology Society and Men's Football Club Blues, Dr. Diogo Preto. With merits in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Adriana Puchal Carrillo. With tennis club colours and merit in Year 2, Dr. Joshua Poon. Award, Dr. Olivia Quinn. Dr. Kandukar Naimur Rahman. With distinction in Year 3, Omar Farooq Rajaratnam, Dylan Rajan, Rajendran, Emma Reid, Reese. With merit in preclinical sciences and merits in Years 4 and 5, Sobhagyashri Roy. London Faculty General Practice Prize and merit in preclinical sciences, Dr. Emaya Sainz de la Maza Melon. With merit in Year 1, Dr. Mahmoud Salih. With the Activities Award and African and Caribbean Society colours, Dr. Ashley Samuels. 2 and 4, Dr. Isabel Sawyer. With women's basketball colours, Dr. Sonia Scheller. Merit in Year 1, Dr. Nadine Schottler. With merit in Year 5, Dr. Rihanna Sedi. With distinction in Dr. Bhavani Selvarasu. The Joy and David Long Prize in Medicine 2023, distinction in preclinical sciences and distinctions in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Habiba Zara Shabir. With distinctions in Years 4 and 5 and merit in Years 3, Dr. Janvi Pankaj Jha. With the Sports Awards, the Tennis Club Blues, Chess Club Colours, distinction in Year 4 and merit in Year 5, Dr. Dash Shah. With the GP Society and Men's Football Club Blues and the Academic Research Society colours, Dr. Nikhil Sharma. Dr. Anushka Shah.
Sharma, well done. Congratulations.
With Ophthalmology Society Blues and merit in Year 4, Dr. Alexander Sherlock. With distinctions in Years 1 and 4 and merits in Years 2, 3 and 5, Dr. Tariq Shah. At SIGS. With the Alpine Club and Orthopedics and Rheumatology Society Blues, the Pole Fitness Colours, and the Charrington Poster Prize, Dr. Priya Sinha. With Women's Football Club colours, Dr. Priyelisha Sivanathan. With Tamil Society Blues, Merit in Preclinical Sciences and Merit in Year 5, Dr. Pallavi Sivapalasingam. With distinction in Year 3 and Merit in Year 4, Dr. Felicity Smith. Dr. Sabrina Smith.
Congratulations. Well done.
With Friends of MSF Society Blues, the Women's Football Club colours and Merits in Years 3 and 5, Dr. Blanca Solanas Martin. Dr. Isabel Soper.
Well done. Congratulations.
With distinction in Years 2, 4 and 5,
Very well done.
Dr. Michaela Sorbini. Dr. Aaron Sosa.
Taylor, well done. Congratulations.
With Basketball Club Blues, Dr. Jack Stanton.
Well done.
With Merit in Year 1, Dr. Cameron Steele.
Congratulations.
Dr. Maddie Sukar.
Congratulations. Well done.
Dr. Sherbano Syed.
Very well done. Congratulations to you.
Dr. Vasilis Taliadoros.
Congratulations.
Dr. Yone Tamoshoskaiti. With distinction in Year 2 and Merit in Years 3 and 5, Dr. Yu Fontan. Dr. Eunice Zhu Yi Tan. With Men's Football Club Blues, Dr. Connor Taylor.
Congratulations. Very well done.
With the Weitzman Prize in Cardiology and distinction in Years 1 and 3 and merits in Years 4 and 5, Dr. Alex Temple Marsh. The BLSA Vice President, London, Association Honours, Street Doctors and Tamil Society Colours, Dr. Tharabi Tharamapathy.
Well done. Congratulations.
With merits in Years 3, with distinction in Years 3, 4 and 5, and merit in Year 1, Dr. Joseph Thevathasan.
Well done, Joseph. Well done. Congratulations.
Dr. Selvathashin Theruchelam. Dr. Konstantinos Thoma. With merits in Years 3, 4 and 5, Dr. Greg Nathan Titterton. With Men's Football Club colours, Dr. Sean Titus Glover. With Islamic Society and Student-Assisted Medical and Dental Applicants Blues, distinction in Year 3 and merit in Year 1, Dr. Mubin Tufik. With Women's Football Club Blues, Dr. Katerina Dzardza.
Well done. And nice pick. Congratulations.
Dr. Helena Omosefa Oswanlele. The Lethby Prize, Global Health BSc, merits in years 3 and 5, Dr. Jan Valadau Spurenberg.
Very well done. Congratulations.
With the Sutton Prize and distinction in year 4, Dr. Varun Vijay Kumar. With merit in year 2, Dr. Rauhan Vajhalvar. Dr. Abhirami Vimaleswaran.
Congratulations.
With the Ian Cotter Memorial Prize and merit in year 5, Dr. Elina Voniati. With Cycling Club Blues and the Charrington Poster Prize, the Bentley Welcome Wicks Foster Prize, Dr. Henley Vowles. With the project Play Colours and Merit in Year 4, Dr. Rebecca Walker. 1, 3 and 5, Dr. Melissa Waters. With Water Polo Club colours, Dr. Joshua Waite. With Dance Society Blues, Dr. Emma Welsh. With distinction in Year 5, Dr. Pippa Whitaker. Dr. Andrew Whitehead. With Rugby Club Blues, Dr. Luke Williams.
Congratulations. Well done.
With Islamic Society colours and merit in preclinical sciences and merit in Year 4, Dr. Shimul Shakir Williams. With the Sutton Prize, the Frederick Treves Prize, the College Prize MBBS Part 5, and distinction in Years 1, 3, 4 and 5, Dr. Anne Williamson. With Street Doctors Blues, with Women's Hockey Club colours, with merit in preclinical sciences and merit in Year 5, Dr. Alice Wood. With distinction in Year 4 and merits in Years 1 and 5, Dr. Samson Woodley. Dr. Hei Young Jasper Wu.
Very, very well done. Congratulations.
Dr. Takakazu Ryan Rajoji Tan. With Griffin House Community Trust and Oncology Society Blues and Tennis Club colours, Dr. Thomas Yeo. Dr. Matthew Yu.
Congratulations.
Dr. Jeremy Young.
Well done. Congratulations.
With distinction in Year 2 and merit in Year 3, Dr. Christy Chi Ching Yip. With Association Colours and Drama Society Colours, Dr. Abigail Young. Dr. Hisham Yunus. With the Griffin House Community Trust and Trauma Sciences and Care of the Injured Patient Programme Contribution Award, merits in Years 3, 4 and 5, Dr. Laura Zagarella. With Oncology Society Colours, Dr. Essa Zarouk. With a Music Society Blues, Dr. Chen Yang Zhang. Dr. Dong Zheng. And as I sense you understand, that concludes the medical roll call for the graduates receiving the Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery degree in 2023 from Barts and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry, Queen Mary, University of London.
And breathe. Congratulations to you all for your incredible achievements. I would now like to welcome two of your graduates to the stage for the student address, Dr. Caleb Daramola and Dr. Haris Nageswaran.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Caleb.
And my name is Harris. It's an honor to be given the responsibility of addressing you, the class of 2023, and all our loved ones on such a momentous occasion. We have the almost impossible task of trying to distill our collective student experience here at Barts and London into some form of coherent speech. So, we're going to try and take you all down a trip down memory lane and ask you to cast your mind back to when we were bright-eyed, bushy-tailed medical and dental students. The dream of studying in the glamour of London was quickly tempered the first time many of us came out of Whitechapel Station for the first time, confronted by discarded PFC boxes and the sounds and smells of fresh fish markets. I dare say those among us from Malta had arguably a different experience.
For many of us who started their degree at Barts and the London, our first taste of BL life came in the medium of a delicious Brick Lane curry and being given a crash course by our adopted mummies and daddies. Over the years, the steep rise in the prices of these Brick Lane curries became the biggest educator into the effects of inflation. Over the next week, we were exposed to a taste of why we actually joined our courses with introductory lectures and with that came the feeling of awe and incredulity of actually studying medicine or dentistry. That feeling was quickly shattered by a particular lecture, which left many of us rushing to download a new language on Duolingo and working out how to irreversibly put our phones on silent mode, only to be told to by seniors afterwards, to much relief, that it was a traditional spoof lecture.
Then began the crash course in biomedical sciences called FunMed, which we can all agree is a terrific bit of branding by Dr. Robson, but maybe not as fun as it's made out to be. Nonetheless, we soon got into the routine of preclinical years, packed full of lectures, anatomy and physiology practicals, and clinical skills sessions, setting multiple alarms for SSE preference forms, and of course, our favorite, PBL write-ups, which had me regretting the enthusiasm with which I had spoken about PBLs during my medical school interviews.
Following a grueling 2 years, we finally made it to the big leagues, being set loose on wards, theatres, and clinics, something that apparently the dentists had been doing for some time. It was here our medical cohort got a little bigger, being joined by the JEPs, who seemed to look a little weathered from their JEP year, and direct entry students. These were exciting times, with the thrill of putting in a cannula for the first time, matched only by the thrill of finding some way to escape wards during lunch for that infamous afternoon teaching.
It was in this year that we learnt some of our more important student skills, such as mastering the art of jostling for position with multiple students on ward rounds, while simultaneously looking inconspicuous enough to avoid being quizzed by the consultant. Or filling in the placement form for infirms and having to trek all the way to Colchester, despite never having put that down as an option. Or, of course, that last essential medical school skill, leaving the logbook to the last day of placement and rushing around trying to find the most willing-looking junior doctors to sign you off.
As we entered our final year, and as finals approached, we set new records for bombarding Dr. Patel with the most emails in a 24-hour period, completely filling his inbox and rendering him unable to reply to any of our emails. Leading up to final exams, and specifically OSCEs, predictions and rumors flew across the year group like wildfire. One of the most notable was that a large order of IV fluids was seen being shipped to the Robin Brooks Center, sparking a frenzy of practicing how to set up IV infusions. Now, whether this was an intentional ruse or not, this did not end up being one of our OSCE stations for finals, but I would like to think that this year's graduate doctors will be all the better at setting up IV infusions because of it.
It would be remiss of us to talk about our time at Barton and London without talking about the societies, sports clubs, volunteering groups, and other groups that have become like family during our time here. After getting over the initial wave of signing up to way too many during Freshers' Fair, we soon found ourselves quickly narrowing this down to the ones we actually cared about. Almost everyone in our graduating class has not only been involved in these groups, but been instrumental in taking them forwards to do new and exciting things, such as raising record amounts of money as part of ISOC's Charity Week, putting on new and exciting shows like the phenomenal drag show, organising acclaimed national academic conferences, or even creating a whole group from scratch that future generations of students will benefit from.
Members of this class have also been part of vintage squads that have won multiple United Hospital Cups across a whole range of sports, as well as absolutely dominating in the Merger Cup, the annual varsity between the Queen Mary clubs and our much better Barts and the London clubs. They have been instrumental in not only wearing the Barts and the London name with pride, but associating it with excellence in whatever they turn their hands to.
Of course, none of what we graduates have achieved over the last few years, culminating with this wonderful celebration of those achievements, would be possible without certain groups of people. Firstly, we want to thank all the family and friends of this class of 2023, those of you who are here today, those of you who couldn't make it, and those who sadly are no longer with us, for your unwavering and undying support over these last few years, for all the late-night words of encouragement, the bank account top-ups, and the out-firm drop-offs, for being our mock interviewers and mock OSCE patients. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you.
Thank you to the wonderful staff who have taught us across our journey at BL, from our FunMed lecturers to our final year core case tutors, from Dr. Robson to Dr. Spiring, and to Dr. Patel, who has been an ever-present, cool, calm, and collected, if not highly worked presence. Thank you to all the admin staff over the years who have facilitated our learning and answered many questions via email. Special thanks to the student support staff who help us through difficult times and the doctors who give up their time saving lives to teach us how to do the same. As Professor Warren says, we are standing on the shoulders of giants, and these are among the very giants we stand on.
And last, but certainly not least, we want to thank you, our fellow students. I think it cannot be underestimated just how much support, both academically and pastorally, that we as students give to each other in getting through this course. From teaching each other difficult concepts to sharing around tutors of illicit tutor notes. From being there when we need a late-night conversation when things are hard, to leaving in solidarity when one of us goes missing on wards. There's not a single way I could capture everything that we as students do for each other. It's been a true honor and privilege to have gone on this journey with so many bright, funny, capable, compassionate, and courageous people. And I have no doubt of the heights that you'll all go on to achieve in your careers.
A huge shout out must go to the best and most reliable teacher of all. They have been with us through thick and thin, teaching us at all hours of the day. And so can you join us in thanking the legend that is Past Med? And finally, and more seriously, we want to thank the team that put this special day together. Annie, Liam, and Charlie, as well as all the stewards, the team from St. Paul's, and the teams from QMSU and the medical school who have helped them put this on today.
There are over 400 of us graduates here in this historic venue today, but that does nothing to diminish just how much of an achievement earning this degree is. We don't always know what our fellow students have gone through, but everyone here has likely faced a personal battle during this course, and some of us more than one. For many of us, earning this degree has been made even harder, from managing personal illness or illness to someone close, to taking on caring responsibilities for family, or indeed studying through the loss of a loved one. I just wanted us to all take a moment to recognize those circumstances and recognize just what an achievement this degree is for our graduates here today.
We are, of course, graduating at a time where the NHS and healthcare in the United Kingdom is going through a period of turbulence, both for our patients and for ourselves as healthcare professionals. Strikes, messy politics, long-term plans. It can seem as if we don't know what the profession is going to look like in 2 years, let alone 20. It's something of a scary time to start the first steps of our professional journey. But it's important to remember that we are the latest in a long line of Barts and the London graduates that stretches back arguably 900 years. We've been equipped and prepared with the skills to not only deal with the challenges in front of us, but to question why they exist and to challenge those too.
Nothing represents BL graduates like the words of the Medical College of St. Bartholomew's, which says, "Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all thy might." Whatever we go on to do from here, wherever we end up, whatever scope of our practice, or indeed whatever we are called upon to do, the Barts of the London way that is now within us is for us to do that with all our might. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both for that trip down memory lane. I'd now like to invite Dr. Will Spiring, head of final year, to lead the recital of the Declaration of Geneva.
In the aftermath, after the Second World War, the world's medical community gathered to reassert the humanitarian goals of medicine. The Declaration of Geneva, as it is often referred to, the physician's oath, still sets the standards of medical and dental ethical principles today. Graduates, new doctors, can I ask you to stand? I'm going to ask you to repeat each line, each paragraph after me. I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin or gender. Nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honour and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honour. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Dr. Spiring. Charlie Seller, our Barts in the London Students Association President, will now say a few words.
Vice Principal, members of the procession, friends, family, distinguished guests of the BLSA, and of course, to our graduates, good evening. Thank you to all of you for joining us for the Rites of Passage Ceremony 2023. This decades-old tradition can be traced back to our founding institutions, the St. Bartholomew's Medical College and the London Hospital Medical College, and is simply the best opportunity to celebrate the incredible achievements our students have made throughout their time with us. One of our founding institutions, St. Bartholomew's Hospital, is 900 years old this year. So today we celebrate these individuals joining an almost 1,000-year legacy as Barts and the London graduates. I think it's fair to say, though, that your journey through medicine and dentistry has not been easy, with crisis after crisis threatening to take away from your experiences as medical and dental students. But with no prompting, at each stage, these students rose up and took action instead of accepting any situation passively. When a global pandemic threatened their clinical rotations, the BLSA, led by our students, stepped up and volunteered in hospitals around the East End of London in the largest volunteer scheme of its kind in the UK. When there was a risk of losing our heritage and identity, it was the students that banded together and started a national petition to retain our medical school's history, totaling 17,000 signatures. That's 8.5 St. Paul's. When the ongoing strikes put into question the very nature of what it means to be a clinician, it was the students to my left that made and ran hot drinks from their own homes all the way to a freezing picket line to support our juniors. All of these examples speak to the tenacity of these graduates. The class of 2023 really are the best of us. And it's rather bittersweet to be losing them amongst our ranks, despite knowing what incredible clinicians they're going to end up being. Rites of Passage is about more than walking away with a scroll, though. At Rites of Passage, you get to take one look back at everything that you've done with us and walk out of those cathedral doors a doctor. Each of our graduates have had their own journey through Barts, and that's exactly why we celebrate their achievements in the way that we do. Our student groups are the beating heart of the student experience here, and at no other medical school do you get such an intense pride and commitment to them. Our sports clubs compete nationally, and the pride for Barts and the London is never more apparent than on the sidelines with hundreds of supporters at a UH or merger final. Our societies run conferences, highlight gender imbalances within medicine, provide peer teaching for students, put on dozens of shows every year at Laird Hall, and provide cultural and faith platforms to ensure that everybody has a home at Barts and the London. Our immensely popular volunteering schemes give students the opportunity to give back to the local East End through education and outreach, improving communities before they even enter their career in healthcare. Put simply, there is no other institution that could run a Rites of Passage like this if they tried. Nowhere else do students get as involved so passionately and in such high numbers, and this entire evening is a testament to how dedicated these individuals to my left really are. Graduates, I want you to take a look around your seats for a moment at all of your peers, now your colleagues. This is the last time that the class of 2023 are going to be all in the same place. Cherish that feeling for a moment. You're all going to have fantastic careers in such varying fields and professions, and that all starts today when you walk out those doors. Some of you will treat entire communities of patients. Some of you will cure diseases through research. Some of you will fight for the political rights to healthcare and improving access to medicine. And some of you may even teach the next generation of doctors to come. The common theme is that I know for a fact that you will all change lives. This room is brimming with that potential, and the outside world is just begging for you to get started. So, you're all now graduates of Barts and the London, but do not think that your journey with us is over. You will always remain a part of the family, and we genuinely mean it when we say you will always have a home in East London through the Griffin and the BLSA. Before I go, it's customary to say a few thank yous to end off the ceremony, particularly of people that this event would not be possible. First, the staff. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for getting the graduates to this point. I'm sure I speak for them when I say your guidance, teaching, and patience is greatly appreciated. And I think the graduates would really like to show that appreciation with a round of applause. My next thank you is to Nick Salmon and the team at St. Paul's Cathedral for continuing to allow us to hold our ceremony in this incredible venue. We feel very fortunate for the opportunity, and so we thank you immensely for all your hard work and support these last 9 years. I'd like to thank Gary Schwartz and his team for continuing to run the photography for this event year on year, and his expertise and patience when working with the BLSA. I'd also like to thank Ollie Trampleasure for volunteering his time completely free of charge to design your tickets, your programs, and your scrolls. We really couldn't do any of this without your continued support, so thank you. And now, if you'll indulge me, I have a few personal thank yous to give. I'd like to thank the BLSA board, the stewards here today assisting, and all those that have spent any time in any of our rep roles, past and present. Your passion for Barts and the London is second to none, and is the biggest motivation that I can ask for going into work every single day. You make me immensely proud to see what you achieve for the students studying here, so thank you. I would also like to thank all those that have been incredible mentors for me this year as BLSA president. Professor Caulfield and Professor Mahendran for being so open to meeting and discussing student concerns with me, despite scarily busy calendars. To Professor Joe Martin for being such a supportive staff president, both personally and for the BLSA as a whole. To the team at Battler and all of the past BLSA presidents for their guidance and wisdom. And of course, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank my partner, Lucy. My final thank you goes to my two favorite people in this room. Sat behind me today are my two VPs, Annie and Liam. And this is not an exaggeration when I say that everything you see here is a result of them. Annie and Liam, the raw passion that you have in every single walk of life, I'm just completely in awe of what you do. I've got zero doubt in my mind that you will not only be great doctors, perhaps even the best of us, but you will also be incredible and compassionate people throughout. I love you both dearly, and it's been a fantastic year because of your efforts. Class of 2023, it's time now for your next adventure. We're all so, so proud of you, and we just can't wait to see where you go next. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Charlie. I'd like to invite our final speaker, Professor Sir Mark Caulfield, Executive Dean and Vice Principal Health, to conclude what has been a wonderful evening.
So, ladies and gentlemen, all good things, even at Barts and the London, must come to an end. And I'm sure that if my late grandmother was here from the west of Ireland, she would be saying that anyone who's thinking of going home could be going home about now. She was a very direct lady. So I'm afraid I can judge by the applause on the 423rd person crossing this altar here that we've been rumbled, Barts and the London. They've spotted we've done more than one ceremony today. So as we say goodbye now, I want to just do some thanks, and then we're going to go outside through that door following me, and we're going to take a picture on the steps, which we've got all set up. So my first task is a great pleasure, and it's to recognize our student president, Barts and the London Student Association, and Queen Mary Students' Union's vice president, Mr. Charlie Seller. Charlie, this is the Barts and the London flag, and this is the flag that has flown over the building during your presidency. Before I give it to you, the next time we raise that flag will be when we open the new Barts and London Students Association, which you and others here from BLSA have helped me design. So you're all invited back for a giant party in October when we raise this flag again on top of our medical school. Charlie, congratulations. As you'll have gathered by now, the students who train here are really special, and the doctors and dentists we've graduated today give us great cause for hope in challenging times in the National Health Service. But I want to thank all the students who've been involved in organising this tonight, especially Charlie, Liam and Annie May, if you just stand up, guys, because I want us to thank these people one more time. They do this all themselves. Well done. I'd like us to also, as we leave, take an opportunity to thank the St. Paul's team. You are the only medical and dental school who get to do this in here, and we have this booked for this same occasion for the next 9 years. So I'm so grateful for the team here. If you've been wondering why the cathedral allow us to do this here, it's because for 900 years we've had a shared mission to care for humanity, and that is part of our DNA and part of the cathedral's. So as you go tonight, please thank the staff. I'd like to just briefly say a thank you to some staff who have worked very hard on your behalf. I'd like to invite Leslie Robson, Elspeth Alsted, Bruce Kidd, and William Spiring to stand. They will be stepping down shortly, but they've been steadfastly with you over your entire time here. The next person and final person I want to say thank you to, apart from all of you again, is our Dean for Dentistry, Paul Coulthard. Please stand, Paul. Paul has led our dental school for 5 years, and you heard this evening that 3 of its dental students who graduated today won not just the University of London gold medal, but was the runner-up and won the key prize, having, as it gives me great pleasure, beaten soundly 6 people from King's. These small pleasures have to be taken when they can be. So just a final few words before we go out the back. Look around you before you go. Some of the friends you've made here in these past 4, 5, or 6 years will be the strongest friends you will ever have. I urge you to stay in touch with each other, form a support network. I still, 38 years later, every single year, meet about 10 people from my year, and we spend a weekend together talking about life, sharing stories, and inviting each other's advice. So I encourage you to take that Barts and the London bond with you outside. So you have now reached the end of this ceremony, but you are the beating heart of our medical and dental school. And as you take yourselves out with me in a moment to take the photograph, you take a section of our heart with you. And I hope that you will use that to the greatest effect to keep the hearts of humanity beating. Class of 2023, in the 900th year of St. Bartholomew's Hospital, I and we salute you.
Thank you, Professor Caulfield. I ask that now you all please stand for the academic procession as they lead the Barts and the London class of 2023, from the cathedral.
We ask that guests remain inside the cathedral and in your seats until you're asked to move by a steward. This will allow us to take a photograph on the steps outside. Please remember to take any belongings and rubbish with you. We hope you've had a good evening and safe onwards travel.
Thank you.